we got ourselves some awesome news to dive into and some great quotes. I needed this, man. I needed to have some positive stuff to talk about, because I don't know if y'all noticed, but my Vancouver Canucks, they're doing pretty poorly right now, and it seems like the fan base is imploding on itself. And so forgive me for using the Detroit Red Wings and their situation from today to cleanse my palate a little bit and start getting some more positive vibes on the channel here. If you want to dive into Vancouver, though, we did make a video earlier in today's show talking about the Canucks and whether or not it's time to rebuild, but when it comes to the Detroit Red Wings, they're coming off of a long Western road trip where they were able to get themselves some pretty good results. Now, they weren't perfect. They did lose some of their games. Lost to Vegas, they ended up losing to Anaheim, but still, long road trip, positive results. They beat LA, they beat San Jose, and they played well enough against the Golden Knights to justify a morale victory. But heading into tomorrow's game against New York, we had ourselves some really interesting conversations. So firstly, this is what Todd McLellan said about starting things out tomorrow. Teams often struggle first game after a road trip. That excuse is for losers, McLellan said. We never talk about it after a team plays really well when they come home. We only talk about it after a crappy game. And we don't plan on having a crappy game. So, there's no excuses. He reminds me of like Aaron Smith or something. Fight on, my soldiers, even if it takes you to your grave. This is a guy whose messaging, not just into the media, but to the team itself, is so elite. And this is one of the things where, hey, the top reply on this tweet by Ansar Khan says, hey, thank goodness we don't have Newsy Lalonde anymore. Or, not Newsy, excuse me, Derek Lalonde anymore. You couldn't imagine Gru saying something like that. Having that sort of mentality, that mindset. Yeah, no, we're not planning on having a crappy game. You want to talk about teams struggling after road trips? Well, that's because people are looking for excuses, and we don't want to do that here. No, that's not our thing. Ansar Khan did us the great honor of tweeting us some more updates from the Red Wings today. Starting out with Patrick Kane, because, hey, guess what? He joined the Red Wings practice for the first time since suffering an upper body injury on October 17th. Man, it's really been that long, eh? It's been a few weeks, and Patty Kane has finally started practicing again. Now, honestly, I gotta give the Red Wings credit here, because not only did they stay afloat during the time in which Patrick Kane was out of the lineup, but they were still able to get positive results, winning not every game, but enough games to still be near the top of the Atlantic and of the NHL as a whole. DeBrincat and Raymond have really started to put things on their back, and with Kane coming back, it gives me a really great opportunity for my fantasy team to reactivate him off the IR. He's a point-per-game player right now, this Patty Kane is, so if he's able to come in and start doing his thing yet again, then just imagine the Red Wings getting better. We already made a bunch of videos about that, but let's continue on with the updates from Ansar Khan's Twitter. This is what the lines looked like before hosting New York tomorrow. Finney, Larkin, Raymond, DeBrincat, Kasper, and Kane, Kopkom for Berggren, Soderblom, Rasmussen, JVR, Edvinsson Seider, Sherratt ASP, Johansson Hamonic, and Jacob Bernard Docker. So Kane, fully in a practice position there. A lot of folks are going out there in the replies of this tweet saying, hey, you should be playing Jacob Bernard Docker, not Hamonic. Screw that guy, he's too old. And, yeah, you know, I'm not going to disagree. Jacob Bernard Docker has been more than passable in his role as a bottom-pairing D-man to Travis Hamonic. There's more to be desired, I'd say. And you also had yourself some switches to the Wings' power play structure this morning. DeBrincat, net front, Larkin on the bumper, Raymond Kane on the flanks, and Seider on the point. DeBrincat and Raymond were also rotating spots there too. So from the Ovechkin spot to the net front spot, both of those guys are right-handed, so it makes sense. And then on power play 2, you have JVR, Kasper, ASP, Finney, and Berggren as rotating flanks, and Johansson on the point. Obviously, with Kane coming back, there were going to be some guys removed from power play 1, most notably Emmett Finney, because, you know, it's Kane coming back. You kind of have to get the main squad back in there. Now, I'm just kind of interested in how this is going to translate for DeBrincat. We saw him score some nice one-timers on that left side, so I kind of question if it's a lot more reasonable to have him on the flank full-time. Lucas Raymond is really good wherever you put him, and I think, you know, if he's able to be in the middle, he can clean up rebounds, he can also facilitate some extra passes here and there. I just want to get Kane, DeBrincat, and Raymond all the points they can get, really. I'm in a tough matchup this week, so I'd really prefer that. Then, you had Todd McLellan going out there and saying this, that Kane looked good in practice. They'll decide in the morning tomorrow if he'll play. Appleton had a personal day, and he'll be available tomorrow as well, so even though he wasn't in the lineup, hey, he's still going to be on the roster, he's going to be there. Either way, though, from the quotes from Todd McLellan to Patrick Kane literally speaking out, saying that he's feeling good as well, this is a pretty exciting time for the Detroit Red Wings and how everything is going so far. Here's a reply from Red Wings diehards that I thought was pretty interesting. Adding Kane to the first unit, bumping down Finney, and subtracting Kopp and Comfer will undoubtedly help both of the power play units. And that's a pretty cynical comment, but I will say that some of these guys, they're not necessarily the best when it comes to man advantage play. Obviously, you want to see power play 1 converting on all the chances they get, but sometimes they don't. And there are other players, I'd say, that just are not really fit for being on a power play. That's okay, right? Emmett Finney, he hasn't scored many points the past little while, but I'd still trust him on a power play position compared to a Kopp. Or maybe a Berggren. I don't know. Berggren has been hot and cold this season, so maybe that's a little bit unfair. But either way, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Patty Kane, about Todd McLellan, about all the festivities heading into the Red Wings game against the Rangers tomorrow. Now, New York has been really falling off a cliff compared to where expectations thought they would be. JT Miller's fed up, Artemi Panarin's not scoring. Things are not looking good in the Big Apple. So if there's an opportunity to really get yourselves going at home against a weaker team, seems like tomorrow is that opportunity for Todd McLellan and his Red Wings. It's kind of a dual threat situation for me too, because I'm thinking about it like, if JT Miller and the Rangers continue to struggle, then that provides a lot more entertainment value for us Vancouver Canucks fans here on the West Coast, who can't let go of former players and former storylines. But either way, the Red Wings, they have a chance to make it worse for New York tomorrow, and that's also motivation for me to cheer on this team. So with that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the newest Red Wings notes? Patrick Kane looks like he could be coming back. Todd McLellan with his banger of a quote talking about excuses and how the Wings are not going to have any. They don't plan on having crappy games here, people. So let's try to hold ourselves to the same standard that the Red Wings hold themselves to. I feel like that's pretty good life advice, right? Don't take things easy. Don't make excuses. Just work hard. Don't have a crappy day. You're in control, ultimately. Either way, Patty Kane coming in, yay or nay, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.